Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going on a serious financial rescue mission. If you're a salaried individual, we're going to optimize your income and keep more of your hard-earned money right where it belongs, in your pocket. Because here's the harsh reality. You might actually be paying extra tax every single month just because you don't fully understand things like HRA and LTA. You are losing money without knowing it. Let's fix that. In this explainer, we're going to systematically break down how to reduce your tax using these exact 6 components of your salary. We'll cover HRA, LTA, maximizing deductions, comparing tax regimes, avoiding costly mistakes, and building your smart tax strategy.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1, House Rent Allowance, or HRA explained.
So what is HRA? It's a specific part of your salary that is actively designed to reduce your tax burden, assuming you live in a rented house. Under the Income Tax Act of 1961, this isn't just from nice perk. It's a statutory benefit meant to actively lower your taxable income. But, and there's always a but, right? You don't just get to deduct your entire rent. The math behind the exemption is actually limited to the lowest of 4 specific factors: the actual HRA you received, the rent you actually paid, your base salary, and whether you live in a metro or non-metro city. Only the absolute lowest value out of those 4 gets the tax break.
Let's put this into perspective with a concrete example. Say your salary is 50,000 rupees a month, and your rent is 20,000. By calculating the lowest of those 4 criteria we just talked about, you directly reduce the chunk of that 50,000 rupees that the government is actually allowed to tax. You're effectively building a shield around a portion of your monthly income. Now, to legally claim this rent-based exemption, there are 3 strict, non-negotiable conditions. 1, you must actually live in a rented house. 2, you have to actually pay rent for it. And 3, you absolutely need the rent receipts to prove it. Check those 3 boxes and you're golden.
Moving right along to Section 2, Leave Travel Allowance, or LTA Basics. Okay, so what exactly is LTA? Basically, this covers your travel expenses during your vacations within India. It's a domestic travel benefit provided by your employer, specifically meant to offset your transit costs when you take a well-deserved break. But listen, the boundaries here are super strict. LTA covers your travel tickets only. We're talking train, flight, or bus. It does not cover your fancy hotel stay, and sadly, no, it doesn't cover your vacation food budget either. You can only claim this twice in a block of 4 years, and this is crucial. It is only applicable under the old tax regime. Which brings us to Section 3, maximizing your tax deductions. 1,50,000 rupees. That is the absolute limit for Section 80C, and guys, it represents a massive potential savings pool. I mean, if you aren't hitting this limit, you are quite literally handing your own money directly back to the taxman. So how do you actually hit that 1.5 lakh rupee ceiling? Well, through some pretty common eligible investment vehicles. Things like your public provident fund, your EPF, equity-linked savings schemes, which are your ELS mutual funds, and of course, premiums paid for life insurance. There are others, but these are your heavy hitters to max out that limit. Next up is Section 80D, which is all about health insurance. Look, protecting your health also protects your wealth. If you're paying premiums for yourself and your family, you can claim a deduction up to 25,000 rupees. And if you pay for your parents' insurance too, you get an additional deduction right on top of that. And we absolutely cannot forget this one, 50,000 rupees. This is your standard deduction. It is a flat, guaranteed benefit available to you literally just for being a salaried individual. You don't have to make a single investment to claim this. It's a straight-up 50,000 rupees reduction from your taxable salary. All right, Section 4, Old versus New Tax Regime. It all boils down to this comparison. The old regime is the home for all those benefits we just talked about, HRA, LTA, and your ADC and ADD deductions. The new regime, well, it gives you lower base tax rates, but it completely strips away those deductions. Basically, if you actively claim benefits, the old regime usually wins out. If you want simplicity and lower base rates, the new regime is your friend. Now pay close attention to Section 5, Costly Mistakes to Avoid. Because these are the common traps where salaried folks unknowingly leave so much cash on the table. Things like not claiming HRA properly because you lost your rent receipts, ignoring LTA benefits completely because you think it's too complicated, failing to max out that full 1.5 lakh ADC limit, and perhaps the biggest trap of all, choosing the wrong tax regime for your specific situation. Avoiding these mistakes is literally the difference between what you are paying and what you should be paying.
Let's pull it all together into an actionable plan in Section 6, your smart tax strategy. Here is the exact step-by-step combination a smart professional uses to optimize their salary. Step 1, use HRA if you are renting. Step 2, plan your vacations and actually claim your LTA. Step 3, actively invest to maximize those ADC and ADD limits. And step 4, every single year, run the numbers under both and compare the tax regimes to see which one actively saves you more. Because here is the absolute crucial takeaway. You don't need to earn more to save tax. You just need to use your salary components wisely. Really, tax saving isn't some crazy complex puzzle when you simply use the tools that are already available to you. Too many people just stare at their gross salary figure. But real savings, that comes from actively understanding these specific tax components. Smart professionals optimize their salary and their deductions together. That is exactly how you shift from just being a passive earner into an active wealth optimizer. I really hope this explainer gave you a clear roadmap to finally stop losing money without knowing it. Seriously, ask yourself, how much of your hard-earned cash are you going to let slip away this year? If you want to dive even deeper, our next explainer is going to be a complete tax saving strategy, broken down step by step. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss it, and I will see you in the next one.